back to RHOSLC Bravo and Reality TV with Jessica. I have a good one for you guys today. We're mourning a little departure of Monica Danielle Fowler Garcia Delgado, aka Reality Von T's. 1 second silence for the early departure of Monica. You'll be missed. Okay. Breaking news, I guess, not so breaking news. Yesterday afternoon, we found out that she was basically let go of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. One and done. I was really upset when I heard the news. I was really upset because I'm like, what is the incentive to even see the part 3 at this point, Why is she let go? I understand. Truly, I understand in the sense of the trust has been broken. I can understand that part. I can understand a little bit of the trolling as well, right? Maybe Bravo feels like a fan account has infiltrated the core group. But at the same time, I can understand. That's the thing. It's really complicated. Because if you look at it this way, right, there is no new housewife that comes on any show that is already established, or even a brand new franchise that is not a fan of the housewife universe. It's not possible. Gone are the days where we get genuine people like when we had Nene and Teresa and Kyle and Vanderpump. Those days are gone. Right now, anyone that's joining any housewife show, they know what they're in for. That's why we're having the nonsense we're having with Anna Marie. All the storylines are concocted. Everything is all BS. So it's kind of like we all know that the jig is up. There is no facade. We understand what's happening. So I don't know if someone who was an assistant infiltrated to become an assistant and, join the group, it should be a crime. I don't understand. I truly, it's like this for me. I can understand some parts of it, right? At the same time, I'm like, no, this is just BS. Why can't she come back? But let's just get right into it, guys. Okay, this is the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, the final part. I am so glad we're done. Honestly, I'm done with this talk. I'm just done. Because this season 4 was just, I'm just done with this. And I'm glad that we're over it. This is the end. Till next year. So let's get right into it. I'm going to be going in and out because it's all about Monica, right? And we're trying to cover every single thing. I'm going to try. I have a lot of notes. Let's see how far I go, right? Okay. And I'm going to skip a lot of irrelevant parts. So let's just get right into it. We have a lot to cover. All right. So Mary leaves the reunion, even though I think that was a big mistake. I think Monica needed someone to be on her side. And I think she should have had that with Mary. And I think Mary would have asked more questions, more follow-up questions to Heather that obviously we didn't get from Andy. So, yeah, I felt it was a big miss in the part of Bravo to not have someone be on Monica's side. Andy asks Monica, who is the real Monica? You've been accused of being a troll account. You've been accused of, basically cyberbullying these women. Let's hear it from you. And Monica starts. She's like, well, yeah. I am a part of Reality Von T's. However, I'm not the only one. It started in 2021 and really it was just to expose Jen. Now, this is the thing that Heather was on a mission to get Monica fired. And by the way, I read today online that, now this is alleged because I don't know if it's true, but I read it online that at BravoCon, they all went to meet Andy, obviously, without Monica. We don't want this girl. And are they going to wipe the entire cast just because of Monica? No. And at the same time, I don't want this, the housewives to feel like they have a power to pick who and who is on the show. Because we see how that is becoming detrimental to the show as a whole. Happened with Quad at Married to Medicine. It's not a housewife show, but it's a Bravo show, right? I don't like that whole, it's just annoying. But anyways, that's a side note. Now, when Monica is explaining who she is, these women are not letting her speak. Heather is like, you're cyberbullying us. You called me, some horrible words. And Monica is like, I didn't call you those words. Jen called you those words. I was just exposing what Jen did. Now, this is where I fault Monica. Babe, this is a job. Wasn't a good day for Monica, right? And for a fan, I think she did not watch a lot of housewife shows to know how to do a proper reunion where you get the audience and Bravo and the cast back on your side. So she probably didn't do her homework well at this point. Because at this point, she was supposed to have said, look, Heather, I am so sorry. Cry at this point. Start crying. It was never my intention. It was never my intention to call you these horrible words. There were things that Jen had done Play into the victim mentality that Heather is doing right now, because we saw that at the end of the show. Do that. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, yes, did I want to be a part of this show? Of course, who wouldn't? This is Salt Lake City. Who wouldn't want to be a part of you guys? I know that I came in, deceptive, but I promise you guys, like, I really wanted to be your friends and start pointing them out one by one with me. I felt like we're coming along. Heather, Lisa, I looked up to you. Meredith, I'm sorry that I did this, but I was just trying to bring some entertainment on the show. Guys, I'm sorry. I am a single mom with 4 kids. Like, I know I have this bad side of me, and I promise you I'm working better to be a better person. I'm sorry. Like, I know that I had this troll account, but how will I have come out from the beginning and said, hey, guys, I have a troll account? What was my, you guys were not going to like me. I had to come in so you guys would know who I am and then gradually tell you guys the truth. Everything was set up just for Jen, but in the process, you guys were caught in the crossfires. I am sorry. I promise you, she would have won 1 or 2 people. I'm telling you. But what does she do? She's like, you guys were fans of that page too. It's like, no, Monica, that is not what, you don't do that. You don't do that. And then in the process of, Monica, Heather was trying to explain that she's a cyber bully. Andy is like, okay, trying to understand the whole reality Vontis thing. And Heather is like, you know what? Why don't you just check Instagram? Brings out her phone and like reality Vontis 2. And then she was like, yeah, because 1 was taken down for cyberbullying. And Monica was like, no, that's not true. And then Heather actually said, oh, was it not because of Jen filed a cease and desist? And that brought me back to the document that we had all seen online, dated whatever in 2021. And if Monica is saying this space started in 2021, so like, let's just give or take some months, right? After this account was set up to expose Jen. Jen filed a cease and desist and named Monica there. Are you telling me that Heather did not know? This is what I'm saying. Like, there's so many things. And this is where Monica would have been like, but Heather, you knew. You knew because Jen told you. So when I came on the show and nobody brought it up, I thought you guys were just going to let it die. I didn't think anybody was going to bring it out on the show. I'm sorry, guys. But of course, Monica doesn't say that as well. I'm like, Monica, this is how you get us back. Anyway, maybe I'm saying this obviously after watching it. So in the moment, it is what it is. And I'm trying to help her how to lie now and deceive people, right? And manipulate them. But that's housewives, so it is what it is. Anyways. And then Monica was trying to say there, like, look, guys, basically repeating again, it wasn't meant to hurt you guys. It was meant to. And Andy's like, well, at that point, you see where they're coming from. Of course I do. But she's still not apologetic. She's just like, I'm sorry that I hurt you, but it was Jen. Like, I'm trying to expose Jen. You're not still understanding, Monica. Jen is not even there anymore. Talk about them. Look at them as individuals and be like, Heather, I looked up to you. I'm so sorry. And Heather is like, you're not a hero in this, Monica. You're not a hero. Heather, shut up. Just shut up. Heather is so annoying. And Monica says this thing, I think that is, would have been a beautiful way to have like a tagline next season, but obviously she's not coming back. She said, I'm fine being the villain in your story because you guys are clowns in mine. I was like, yes, that was a read. Anyways, Monica starts trying to mention the names of the people that are there. They're beeping it. I'm like, why are you guys beeping this thing? Why? And Heather starts this whole monologue of the fact that this is the worst thing about housewives. It's a troll accounts and the toxicity. She starts this thing that she's rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed and rehearsed. She's saying everything, and then she brings up the fact that Monica does not deserve a platform because she's a bully. Which is, we all know that's basically, these women probably had conversations before the reunion, like, guys, we're coming in there. We really need to force Bravo's hand. I don't care if the fans love her, because obviously at this point, we don't know about, like, when they were filming the reunion, we don't know about reality Vontis, right? But we're still watching, and the part that all the fans are like, yeah, Monica saved the show. These girls are not happy, so they're like, no. Going into the reunion, and this is all alleged, obviously, my opinion. Guys, going into this reunion, we have to make sure that Monica is out. Like, we have to ensure, like, we have to expose everything. And then they start concocting all these stupid audios and, putting it together in stupid ways that doesn't even make sense. Everything still stems to the fact that she's trying to expose Jen. Was she being a stalker? 110%. That was hella creepy and cringe. Monica, like, dude, what the hell? She brings out the bond book. And you can see Andy's face. Andy loves a receipt, but when the receipt is not giving what it should give, it's pointless. But Andy's like smiling, like, what's this? This is not a game. You need the job, babe. You need the money. What are you talking about? Like, and people need to learn. Receipts don't work anymore. Nobody, like, it's so overplayed now that it's pointless bringing receipts. Just speak the fact and call it a day. You don't need to bring out receipts anymore. If you cannot hand it over to production for them to put on the TV while we're watching, I don't want to see it. I don't want anyone to bring out a phone and be like reading shit out. I'm done with that nonsense. It's already overplayed. She brings out the bond book. The bond book is so dumb. It's so stupid. Basically, it's saying like, I'm going to put out all the worst things I said about myself and everybody on this page. I think the only thing that was nice was probably Andy. And Andy was like, this picture is nice. Like, Andy is just crazy. Anyways. And then Andy tells Monica something that even me, I was like, and this is how you know you're losing. Andy turns to her and Andy's like, I am actually surprised that you were surprised that these women are upset that reality Vonti said a lot of bad things about them. And she's like, yes, I'm surprised. And I was like, no, babe, you're meant to say, Andy, I'm surprised that they're acting like they did not know. They knew because Jen told them. And I thought that they were not going to bring it up. And I thought that these are things that they were trying to know who I was as Monica and not as a troll account. And that's why I never brought it up. That's what she was meant to say. But she's like, I'm surprised because, I'm surprised that they're all surprised. Or I'm surprised that they're not upset because we're all fans of the page. Duh, they're housewives. They're all narcissistic. And then Lisa says something that I think, obviously, is one of the questions that we wanted to know from Monica is that, okay, you did all these things, right? Why? It obviously shows you hate us, right? Why do you want to be on the cast? And to Lisa, this is what I say. And this is why I said Monica wasn't answering the questions right. Because if Monica had actually said, it wasn't to hurt you guys. It was all to expose Jen. Did I go overboard in the process by reposting all the horrible things she said about you guys, thereby hurting you guys as collateral damage? Yes. So when Lisa is saying, all these horrible things you said about us, you read about us, you reposted and things like that. Why do you want to be on this? Like, basically, why do you want to be on the show is what she said. But she said, why do you want to be our friend? Because you hate us so much based on everything we've seen online. Monica was meant to have said, Lisa, I'm sorry. I don't hate you guys. You guys were just collateral damage. Like, I promise, like, I'm really trying to win you guys' trust back. I understand the trust has been broken. But instead, she's like, don't I deserve a platform? Andy now asks Monica, and Andy's like, that's a good question from Lisa. Do you want to be their friend or do you just want to be on the show? And she's being honest. She's like, well, a little bit of both. But that's why I said she did not give an answer well. At that point, she elaborate, like, guys, when you're doing this whole, troll account, I'm like blinded with my hatred for Jen. You guys were collateral damages, right? And then I get to be on this show and I get to meet all of you and I genuinely now like you all. Do you think I want to bring out this part of me? No. And at the same time, I get to be on the show as well. So it's like, I want to be your friend and I want to be on the show and I'm scared of this dark secret that I've been a part of coming out. Well, of course, Monica still doesn't get it. And Andy, tries to come to Monica's defense a bit, and Andy's like, it's not a crime to actually plot your way to be on the show. It's where Lisa, knowing that, okay, I'm losing Andy in the sense of, it seems like Andy's trying to take up for Monica. I need to put more wedge in this thing. And then she says, well, it's not a crime that she's trying to be on the show. It's a crime, the things that she did. And I know about the videos. And Andy's like, what videos? She set up a security camera she set up a security system of Jen's house so she could watch them. Andy's like, wait, what? Explain the security system. And then Monica is like, well, yes, Jen told me to use my name to set up the security system. So yes, I could watch them when I wanted to. And so I did. That is, Monica, what? You can be freaking persecuted and arrested and sent to jail for that shit. Like, are you okay? Babe, like, I like you on the show because, like, your dramatics and all that, but that's, like, stalkish. Monica tries to explain herself out of that, not really well. And then Lisa brings up the fact that she's driving out to Jen's house, which is also very, very stalkish as well. They're driving around Jen's house, and she's like, I didn't stalk her. And Andy's like, what do you think is a stalker? I didn't go into her house. I was just driving. And this is where Monica lied, and I caught it. I don't know if she lied because she was saying a lot of things and trying to defend herself, and she misspoke, or she actually lied. Initially, she's like, yeah, the federal government the feds asked me to do that. The FBI asked me to stalk her, or basically asked me to follow her. And then everyone starts laughing because it's dumb. It's the most absurd thing ever. Like, wait, they have, like, FBI agent. But hey, no. They have all this crime against her. They've been, following her for years. But they're like, you know what, Monica, we need you to follow Jen. And then she's like, no. They said if I had any evidence. That's what she said later that, And I can understand when they're like, hey, if you have any evidence, we've seen it on TV, right? All these TV shows and movies. If you have any evidence that will help us. But that doesn't mean, hey, go stalk her. Following her around. And we can all say that Jen was such a horrible boss to the point that she pushed her employees to do these things. That can be said too, We've all had horrible bosses. And then Monica says something that I think was really pivotal as well. Because she's like, why are you guys defending a criminal and attacking me? But that's what I said. The way she started the conversation from the beginning was just wrong. This was a point that she could have just, be more emotional, be more, I don't know, just fall to the sword, and she didn't do any of those things. And of course, Heather brings up the fact that, Monica thinks being a bully is iconic, is not, and then she starts doing this whole nonsense about the whole, this is what housewives fear. They fear that troll. Like, if someone like this was not on this show, then we can hire higher caliber of women. What the? You lied about someone giving you a black eye for over a year. And guess what? You still haven't told us how you got the black eye. In case you don't know, Heather, we all knew it was Jen who gave you the black eye. Everyone knew. What we did not know is how. How did she give you the black eye? How did she get the freaking black eye? What did you tell Jen and Jen gave you the black eye? That's what we need to know. There was something that happened. And until you tell us what happened, you don't have our trust as an audience. I don't care if people are saying, oh my God, it's so iconic that what Heather did. No. Heather has lied and lied and lied, and you still lied again this reunion. And I don't understand why Andy did not even bring it up. Like, Andy's just like, and Heather is basically trying to force Bravo's hand now to fire Monica. We need to show the world that we can stand and hold, even if it's just one bully, accountable. That is Monica. And Lisa says Bravo knew that Monica was reality von tease when they brought her on the show. And Andy's like, whoa, what do you mean? And it's like, yeah, Monica said it. And at that point, Monica is like, yes. And Andy's like, and everyone knows Andy hates talking about the behind the scenes things that has to do with housewife. He hates it. And Andy's like, well, if the producers had known, they would have cast you on the show. I should have played. Monica should have played her hand and like been so teary-eyed and whatever. I don't want to get upset anymore because it's a whole lot of nonsense, And then we go into the black eye, which is basically, all right, let's now talk about the black eye. The black eye incident, I'm actually pissed about it for different reasons. I'm pissed about it because we went this whole route of like trying to, look, I understand Jen Shah was a horrible person. She was a criminal and she was a bad friend. At the same time, why are they making Jen Shah look like this, like I don't even use the word monster because it's relative, right? Some people might say she was, I don't know. She was a horrible friend, that's for sure. And a horrible human being for being a criminal, for defrauding older people, so. But I think they made it look like they were like in a cult. Like the cult of Jen Shah. He says, okay, production was not filming at the moment, but we have security footage. But tell us what happened before we show the footage. And then she says, basically, there was a lot of drinking. And then I wake up the next morning. Jen knows she gave me the black eye. I don't know how I got it, but I know it's Jen. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I lied. And then they show the footage and then she's like trying to give us play-by-play. Jen comes in. Jen gives her a hat. And Jen says, oh my God, I did this to you. And Jen says, and then she tells Jen, no, I'll cover for it. And then you start covering for it, covering the whole matter. You cover for Jen. You cover the reunion. You cover the cast. You cover doing your book tour. You cover doing Ultimate Girls Trip. You cover online. Then you blame Bravo. Then you blame an intruder. And I'm so happy at this point. Andy's like, it's not funny because all this nonsense that Heather had rehearsed, she had rehearsed her apology, right? And she starts apologizing. And of course, playing the victim. And I love the fact that Andy was like, that's not a joke. You basically could have put someone's job and reputation on the line. You lied to Bravo, you lied, and she's like, I know. And you could see at that point, she started stammering because she's like, oh my God, what do I do? When I rehearsed my lie, when I rehearsed my apology, I was expecting Andy to just be like, it's okay. Oh my God, what am I going to do now? And then she starts stammering. And the next day she's like, well, it was a sick joke. It was just a joke. And Andy's like, no, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And now the grace that you're asking us to give you, can't you give Monica the same grace? And then Heather is like, well, it's not the same thing because her internalized mind and she didn't. And Andy's like, no, you did not internalize it because you said, and that's when Andy brings up the producer and everything up. Like, no, that's not internalizing. And then she's like, well, I was the victim, and instead of speaking up, I covered for it, and I covered for my abuser, basically, and continued covering even to the detriment of my job. This is what she said. And I still think that if Monica had apologized and Monica fell to the sword, I think in that moment could have kind of humanized things, because even when Andy asks Monica, like, now that you see what's happening with Heather, like, do you have anything to say? And she, and I think that was the only part that I think humanized her a bit for the girls, because she said, what Heather went through, and maybe Angie and I see the same, just that I went about it the wrong way, obviously creating a page and blasting her and thereby hurting them. She didn't say it this way, but I think that's what she was trying to say. I do understand. She still wasn't saying it the way that I would have loved her to. Like, she wasn't saying it the way I'd have loved her to, but she tried. She said some things. And of course, oh my God, Lisa was trying to insert herself because, what about me? What about me? And Andy's like, keep quiet. We're trying to hear. And even Angie K is like, calm down. Because at that point, it was like too much. Heather basically says, I do get what you're saying. But basically, the trust is broken. I don't want you here. In other words. And all the women basically echo it, because Andy asks them, is there a way to move forward as a group? And all of them are like, no, trust is broken. We don't want the toxicity. The trust is broken. And gets Monica's turn, and Monica is, and, asks her, do you have anything to say? And she says no. I feel bad for her, because I know that she would have, who wouldn't love this opportunity? Like, let's be for real, If you've always wanted to be on TV or whatever, like, the Real Housewives or any show on Bravo right now is the best reality TV show you can, wait to show yourself. Because we, the fans, were very welcoming. We love, we love everything Bravo. And we will really, like, buy your stuff, and, we will really support you and your family. So I can understand. At the same time, did I feel sad for her? I did. I felt a lot of sadness for her. I was really upset with the women because we're all being hypocrites. You have a liar here. They're all like, oh, Heather did this. And when, oh my God, before I even forget, Heather has this annoying monologue. And Andy replies, when she tells Jen, Andy's like, if Jen was here, what would you say? I'm no longer your bitch. What the? And Andy's like, what you said was so powerful. Hypocrisy is annoying. It's alarming. Now, you guys have said, okay, you guys don't want Monica back. Do I understand? The trust has been broken. It is what it is. She wasn't as apologetic as she should have been. It is what it is. However, did I feel like Monica, if Monica had come in any other way, would they have changed things? I honestly don't know. I had already came and did an interview. I won't film if Monica is on the show. I don't know if it would have changed their mind, but maybe it would have changed production, or maybe it would have changed maybe one or two people's minds. But she fought with every single person there. Maybe apart from Whitney. And I don't know what would have happened, Now, let's, it is what it is. I'm trying to see a part way into season 5. We have 2 newbies that they put online. People are saying they're joining the cast. It is what it is. What do I think is going to happen in season 5? How do we move forward? And this is something I'm going to say. Heather, I had better not hear Jen Shah or Monica the whole of next season. It's done. Like, it's done. You guys wanted her out. She's out. I want to see what your storyline will be. Let's see. You're going to talk about the fact that you're no longer murmuring again? Okay. Meredith, you're going to bring up one nonsense again next season, right? Let's see. Whitney, same thing. Lisa, same thing. I don't even want to talk about Angie because it's pointless. I don't see this show getting to a season 10. There is no longevity with the present cast that we have. So whether we like it or not, there has to be some serious shakeups. And Heather, you're going to go soon because you don't have any storyline. Any. The fact that they didn't even talk about the hypocrisy of Heather, and Heather just being a walking contradiction. 1 minute you don't want to talk about sex, the next minute you're talking about sex in season 1 and season 2, but season 4 you're not like talking about sex, and then you say you never talk about sex, but it wasn't even an important storyline because they didn't even have to include it. That's how this season was saved by Monica. But you know what? It's okay. It is what it is. I don't know the pathway for season 5. I'm happy that it's done with. I'm looking forward to see what season 5 will be. I listened to Andy's radio show today just so I could hear the piece about Monica. And that's one of the reasons why I waited to even do this video this morning instead of doing it last night. And John here was asking Andy, about the whole thing because he hasn't seen it yet. And Andy basically says, the reunion is a place for you to kind of seek forgiveness and redemption. And Monica didn't really do it. And the women had lost all trust in her. And they clearly we're not going to, let her back in. And he feels like it's like he said it's a cooling off period. I'm hoping that means a pause. Maybe we might see Monica in the future. What do you guys think? Is there a pathway for Monica coming back if she forges, friendship with these women outside the show? I hope she doesn't go on Bethany Frankel's podcast. I hope she doesn't bash the show. Because Monica, if you do that, you will never be asked back. And we're hoping that you can be back for Traders. We're hoping you can be back for Ultimate Girls Trip. Season wonders. It's Bravo. The franchise and the spin-offs are endless. Just don't speak bad about the show. Okay? All right. I'll let you guys go now. It is what it is, guys. I'm not happy. I'm happy. The whole thing is a mess. It's a mess. It's completely crazy, guys. Anyways, thank you guys for listening. Please share my podcast, guys. It means a lot to me. If you're watching me on YouTube, hi. Also, subscribe, like it, give a comment, guys. Good or bad, I will reply. Also, I will be covering Love is Blind. It's coming out on Valentine's Day. I'm going to do a cast review probably a few days before. I really want to cover Love is Blind, guys. I hope you guys love that as well. Because I don't want to cover only Bravo shows. I really want to cover Love is Blind because I watch it too, right? All right, guys. I will let you guys go. Thank you guys so much for spending your afternoon with me. I love you guys so, so much. Bye.
People think they have me figured out, but I'm always a wild card. The crown is heavy, darling, so just leave it where it belongs.